What is the workflow in sending aids to the Yemenis people?
How the local country is helping you?
How many packages of food goes to Yemen daily?
We have a huge team everywhere across the world working with World Food Program, and they are everywhere. In order to ensure that food will reach the most vulnerable people, you have to do a lot of negotiation with the hosting governments. You have to do a lot of negotiation with the fighting groups. This is across the world, of course, not only in Yemen. Otherwise, the food will not reach the intended beneficiary. So because of that, we won actually the Nobel Prize. Most of the time, the food comes from abroad. It comes either by vessels or it's dropped by planes in the areas that we cannot reach. The process to send that food to the beneficiary is very lengthy. We have something called supply chain unit that's responsible for all this. You are dealing with a huge number of beneficiaries. So we are helping more or less 13 million beneficiaries per month. So imagine the amount of food you would give. We send the food in big bulk, and then we send it and we calculate everything by metric ton, just to let you know. And then we send it also in bulk from our warehouses to the warehouses of our cooperative partners. And then the cooperative partners, they send that food for each location depending on the number of people in that location. We distribute the food by family. The more family members you have, the more food you are entitled to.
What are the main humanitarian challenges in Yemen?
When people come to donate money for the Yemenis children, do they focus on helping with their mental health or only for hunger?
As students, we all know how hard it is to learn and to study. How are the Yemeni kids and students handling with all the crisis and having to learn and stress?
If you could choose between improving the health and education system in Yemen, would you improve that or would you stop the pandemic and the war in Yemen?
Access to the beneficiaries, especially in the areas impacted by conflict, because we have a lot of war zone or conflict zone. So this is very challenging because you need to have security clearance, you need to have approval, and also we need to ensure that while we are delivering the food, that these humanitarian assistance will not be bombarded or be hit by mistake, by a missile or by anything. You have to have full access. And in order to do that, usually we have a very lengthy process to ensure that we will have good and reliable security clearance to reach the final destination. This is one of the main challenges. And the other now, and this is the raising humanitarian challenge, is the funding, the declining funding. And it's not only for WFP, it's for all the humanitarian agencies working on the ground in Yemen. Now for the mental one, we have UNICEF because we work closely with UNICEF. They also handle things, but usually we don't deal with the mental part, unfortunately. It's not easy, but you will end up having a coping mechanism. And their coping mechanism is very simple. With education, they can reach what they want. We are doing our best to ensure that they will have the best possible environment, and the conflict did not stop actually the children from having their dreams to reach what they want.